Scottsbluff police are looking for two subjects as they investigate a Tuesday night incident in which a house and vehicle were hit by gunfire. KNEB.TV News starts right now.
From your trusted source for news in western Nebraska and eastern Wyoming, this is KNEB.TV News. Presented by Platte Valley Companies, premier provider of financial services.
Hello, I'm Ryan Murphy. This is KNEB.TV News, powered by Platte Valley Companies. Thanks for joining me. In our top story, Scottsbluff Police Captain Brian Wasson says officers were called to the 1900 block of 6th Avenue at approximately 7:15 last night, along with sheriff deputies, and finding a residence had been hit by several bullets in the alley between 6th and 7th Avenue. Wasson says witnesses told investigators a disturbance occurred in the alley and identified a vehicle seen in the area at that time. The driver of that vehicle later called police, saying he had been in the area at the time waiting for a resident of the home that had been struck when two subjects approached him and started shooting, apparently hitting that vehicle several times as well. Authorities say the investigation has led them to seek information about two white males in their late teens to mid-20s, one who is tall, wearing a dark hoodie, and the other is shorter with a gray hoodie, and any video evidence from the area would be helpful. Well, the Nebraska State Patrol has arrested a Minutair police officer following an investigation into firearms stolen from the Minutair Police Department. The investigation began in January when a local retailer told the State Patrol that Brian Martinez had written a bad check, and during their investigation, NSP learned that multiple firearms were missing from the Minutair Police Department. Investigators were able to determine that Martinez had sold 3 firearms to a local pawn shop, all belonging to the law enforcement agency. Martinez was booked into the Scottsbluff County Detention Center for theft by unlawful taking and issuing a bad check as the investigation continues. We'll have more news right after this.
The journey of a dream becoming reality. When we're young, a dream develops into a passion. That passion continues to manifest and grows as you do. It becomes all you want to do and all you want to be. It gives you direction. It drives you. Then, your dream has become a reality. When that dream is ready to be reality, Platte Valley Bank will be with you every step of the way.
Find out what convenient really means at the Western Travel Terminal. Start with our great selection of food and drinks, from for real milkshakes and fresh brewed coffee to snacks and hot food. Next, check out our beer and spirits with their everyday low prices. Finally, let us work for you with our full-service gas station and automatic truck and car wash. All this can be found at 822 South Beltline in Scottsbluff. Western Travel Terminal, your convenient shopping, restaurant, and full-service gas leader.
Welcome back. We have hit the halfway point of Severe Weather Awareness Week in Nebraska, and it made its presence known today, loud and clear, this morning. Region 22 Emergency Management participated in a statewide tornado siren drill testing, with the loud blare echoing across the region. Director Tim Newman explained what this drill is all about.
During this drill, it'll be a full 3.5 minutes, and if you are in school, in a business, hospital, long-term care facility, that's the time where you'll probably go through your tornado procedures and go to your safe rooms and just make sure that everyone knows where they're going and what to do when they get there.
He also says it gives them a chance to ensure that all of the outdoor sirens are in proper working order in the event of an actual tornado warning. Well, after a morning of debate that included calls for criminal justice reform and more money for North and South Omaha, Nebraska lawmakers gave first-round approval to the last of 3 bills making adjustments to the biennial budget. As amended, LB 1013 would transfer more than $527 million from the state's cash reserves to various other funds, including over $215 million to the Capital Construction Fund, $53 million towards advance work on the Perkins County Canal Project, and $30 million for rural workforce housing investments. Appropriations Committee Chair John Stinner of Gering told lawmakers a conservative approach without a lot of additions is needed because if revenues can go up, they can certainly go down.
If revenue actually does go down 10%, so you're at $6 billion up here, and all of a sudden you hit a downdraft, and you got 10% decline, you're at $5.4 billion. That's what you have to protect yourself with. That is the circuit breaker that we need to have that says if we get a downdraft, everything is put on hold till we restore that revenue back up.
Also in the amended bill was $30 million for support of development at Offutt Air Force Base, $80 million for the Jobs and Economic Development Initiative Fund, and $8 million for the Trails Development. The amended bill advanced on a vote of 39-4. And a 30-year-old Gering man who was facing serious drug charges in 2 Scottsbluff County criminal cases has struck a plea deal to avoid going to trial. Last week in district court, Joseph Van Winkle pleaded no contest to 2 separate charges of possession of a controlled substance with intent to distribute. Van Winkle was charged following 2 December incidents in which he was in possession of meth, heroin, and fentanyl. Sentencing has been set for May 13th. Prosecutors will recommend a prison sentence between 4 to 6 years, but District Judge Leo Dobrevony can sentence Van Winkle to anywhere from 1 to 50 years on each conviction. Well, coming after the break, Bill Boyer in with your midweek forecast here on KNEB.TV News.
The Verizon family is full of frowns because they're spending too much for their unlimited data and phones, while the Viero family is all smiles because they're getting 4 lines of unlimited data with 2 free Apple iPhone SE for mom and dad and 2 free LG K31 smartphones for the kids, all for just $100 a month. They're saving so much, they're able to get Fido. Find out how you can too at Viero.com or your nearest Viero store. Viero Wireless, keeping you connected.
Why love a rain garden? Let me count the ways. Rain gardens contain and filter water runoff while recharging our underground water supply. They provide habitat for birds, bees, and beneficial insects. Native perennials give 4 seasons of color and texture, beautifying a home while increasing its value. Established gardens are low-maintenance, low-water landscape features. Colorful, functional, and sustainable. Rain gardens. Brought to you by Tri-City Stormwater. Our water, our responsibility.
I really like how our OB department takes our limited amount of doctors and turns it into a strength. Even though we only have a couple of people, you get to know them well over your entire pregnancy. We have 2 state-of-the-art labor rooms that are new with our last addition. We have a couple of very nice postpartum rooms also right here in the hospital so they can get as much time with mom and baby as possible.
Welcome back. For this week's featured pet of the week, we meet Maverick, a 3-year-old German Shepherd mix that needs a great forever home. This is Maverick, and he needs you to be his goose and rendezvous at the Panhandle Humane Society. Staff says he's a great dog, but his ideal home would be one without small children. His adoption cost is $150, and that includes his neuter, microchipping, and vaccinations. Plus, whoever adopts Maverick will also receive a $25 Murdoch's gift card to start spoiling him right away.
Welcome to Kelly's, home of the Valley's best selection of wine, spirits, and beer. Whether you're brand loyal to the tried and true brew or really enjoy trying something different and new, Kelly's has something for everyone. Family owned and operated and right on your way on West 27th Street in Scotts Bluff. Kelly's Liquor. If you can't find it at Kelly's, it's not worth drinking.
Well, let's take a peek at what's happening on your midweek community calendar. The community calendar is brought to you by Riverstone Bank. First State Bank is now Riverstone Bank. Community strong with the same people you know and trust.
Panhandle Trails Intercity Public Transit, based in Alliance, Nebraska, is the only intercity bus serving Nebraska Panhandle communities and Pine Ridge, South Dakota. Panhandle Trails operates a regularly scheduled bus service, assisting you in making connections with Greyhound bus partners, regional airports, healthcare, employment and education opportunities, shopping, family, friends, and more. Panhandle Trails serves the general public of all ages and offers accessible transportation for those with special mobility needs. Let Panhandle Trails help you make your connection. Call 308-761-8747.
Swipe right, swipe left, endlessly searching. Finding the perfect match isn't always perfect, but it can be when it comes to finances. Nora found the perfect business loan. Jenny opened her first savings account. Grammy loves her checking account. We found a match for Wilson Farms. The Sandersons were matched with a mortgage. Regardless of your financial situation, Platte Valley Bank will match you with the perfect solution. Find your match at Platte Valley Bank.
And finally tonight, the Board of Trustees at Eastern Wyoming College has announced that the Presidential Search Committee has selected 3 finalists who will be invited to campus for in-person interviews and open forums. The 3 finalists are Dr. Randy Smith of Seminole, Oklahoma, Dr. James Taylor of Vernal, Utah, and Dr. Michelle Shute of Kimberly, Idaho. Open forums will be held in Torrington on March 28th, 31st, and April 4th, all at 1:30 p.m. in the EWC Fine Arts Auditorium. The forums are free and open to the public, and input from these events will be solicited. All are welcome to attend. Well, that does it for us this time. Thank you so much for tuning in. Stay safe out there. We'll see you here next time.